What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Blank Online here today to chat with you guys some more about some Call of Duty. And we're not talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We're not talking about Call of Duty 2020. We're talking about Call of Duty 2021. And as a result of Nero Cinema and the Gaming Revolution teaming up to release a video talking about what Sledgehammer Games is doing, we now know apparently that Sledgehammer Games is working on a first-person open world free-to-play game that's very similar to games like DayZ, Escape from Tarkov, and Rust. It's very, very interesting. Now, with this leak as well, I don't want to go too in depth on with everything that Nero talked about in his video. I want to leave his video for his video and for you guys to watch his video to learn more about what's going on. So please, link in the description down below, go and watch his video, learn about it, come back here to listen to my thoughts on it, and so we can have a discussion on it. Because this video is just me just talking about, I guess, my opinions on it as a result of watching his video. Now, I'll go into a little bit of detail here, just the tiniest bit of detail. So, if you guys don't know already, Sledgehammer Games was originally going to be working on Call of Duty 2020 with Raven Software being their backup studio. That didn't work. Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software seemingly couldn't work together, and Activision decided to make Treyarch the lead developer on Call of Duty 2020 to help that game finish and be ready for release this year. It was interesting for me to see that because I wondered what Sledgehammer Games was going to be doing next, what Sledgehammer Games was going to develop next. Are they still in Call of Duty? Are they just going to end up being a backup studio again? Like, what's going on? Seemingly now we know that they're developing this game to be released in 2021, and from what I kind of can amalgamate in my head and kind of, I guess, make up, I can see Call of Duty 2021, this first person open world game that Sledgehammer Games is working on, this free to play one. I can see them bringing in elements from their original Call of Duty 2020 and then elements from their cancelled 2013 Call of Duty Vietnam game. Now, if you don't know about that Vietnam game, Sledgehammer Games, before they released Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, was originally going to release a third-person Call of Duty game based around the events of the Vietnam War. That game eventually got cancelled, and then we got their Advanced Warfare game in 2014. So that whole thing happened, and I can see, obviously they'll still have some sort of assets from that game, I'd assume, and obviously they'll definitely still have some assets from their cancelled Call of Duty 2020 game. So I can see elements of those two games being implemented here in this 2021 open world game. In terms of like setting and stuff like that, if that is to be the case, then we can possibly see either a Vietnam or a Cold War sort of setting for this open world game, which is, I don't think it's something we've seen before in this sort of genre of open world. We've seen DayZ, which is post-apocalyptic and zombies. We've seen Rust, which is very early days and very caveman-esque. And then we've seen Escape from Tarkov. Now, I can't really speak too much on Escape from Tarkov because I don't necessarily, I've never played that game and I don't know too much about it, but from what I can see, it's somewhat apocalyptic. I think that it's modern day, but it's somewhat apocalyptic, but I can't really speak on that game. So it's gonna be interesting to see this game, this open world Call of Duty game, be in that Cold War or Vietnam setting, because it's not a setting we've seen before for this type of game. It opens up to some sort to storytelling, to different weapons being used in the game, different vehicles, different locations. It's going to be something new, and it's something we haven't seen before, and it's going to be interesting to see how Sledgehammer does it. Now, one of the other things that I want to talk about here, and it's something that's very, very important, is putting that Call of Duty, I guess, freshness is not the right word. Putting that Call of Duty polish, that's the word, polish on this game. Because all the other open world games, they're indie, right? DayZ, Rust, Escape from Tarkov, they're all indie games, so they don't have the financial backing from that Call of Duty will from Activision. They won't have that. So what will be very, very crucial to this game is to have that Call of Duty polish, mechanics, the way the weapons perform, the way you move around the map, the way that the guns sound, everything. It's gonna have to have that Call of Duty polish to stand out from everything else. Because although it's Call of Duty, right, what they're gonna have to battle against is how these indie developers can capture the way that these games capture the players, right? Because Escape from Tarkov has that hardcore player base that play that game all the time. Daisy will have it, Rust will have it, and it's because it has that indie charm. Now what this Call of Duty open world game needs to battle against is that indie charm, and I guess there's a special, I don't know what it is, even when I play games like Daisy and Rust, there's something about that game, and having it be from indie developers is something that captures you as a player and makes you, I don't know, kind of fall in love with it, because it's that indie sort of charm with it. So Sledgehammer Games is going to have to battle with that, but I think that it has the proper foundations in order for this game to be successful. It has the Call of Duty name, it has the Call of Duty polish, it has the engine, it has everything, it has the financial backing, it has everything it needs to be successful, and I think it will be. And the interesting thing with this as well is that we're going to get 5 Call of Duty games in the space of 3 years, and that's something that Nero touched on as well. We're going to get Modern Warfare, which was last year. We're going to get Call of Duty Warzone, which is coming out very, very soon. We're going to be getting Call of Duty 2020 as well, developed by Treyarch. We're going to get Call of Duty 2021, which Nero and the Gaming Revolution revealed to us that's going to be Modern Warfare 2, developed by Infinity Ward. And then that same year, we're going to get this open world game by Sledgehammer. And you may be looking at it like, that's too many Call of Duty games. We're going to get some sort of franchise fatigue. That's too much in the space of 3 years. And on the surface, it is a lot. 5 Call of Duty games is a lot in the space of 3 years. If you think back even 3 years ago, where we got 3 Call of Duty games in 3 years, and seemingly now we're going to get 5 in 3 years. But what you have to understand here is that we're going to, in that 3 years, we're getting 3 mainline Call of Duty games. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 2020, and then Modern Warfare 2 in 2021. Within that 3 years, we're going to get 2 other Call of Duty games that are different in terms of what they offer. We're going to get a Battle Royale in early this year, very, very soon. And then we're going to get an open world simulation game in 2021. So they're very different games to the 3 mainline Call of Duty games that we'll be getting in the 3 years that's coming up. So it's still 5 Call of Duty games, but the 5 Call of Duty games are different to the 2 that are added onto the 3 are different to the 3 that we're mainly going to get, if that makes sense. I don't know if what I said just made sense. It sounds very, very confusing, but I guess let's make it very, very simple. 3 main Call of Duty games and 2 spin-off Call of Duty games. That's the way to look at it. And the 2 spin-off Call of Duty games are not your traditional campaign multiplayer co-op mode. They're very, very different. So in that sense, I think it can work, and I'm very, very excited of it, especially being a content creator, especially being a fan of the franchise. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how Call of Duty spins into this different genre. It's never happened before. We've had the Battle Royale before, we've had the zombies before, obviously you've had your storytelling campaign, you've had your multiplayer, but we've never seen Call of Duty go into this open world free-to-play simulation game before. And it's going to be very, very interesting. I'm very, very keen to see how Sledgehammer, I guess, works their magic and works their way around developing this and making it an interesting prospect. In terms of, like, I guess one of the main things that we kind of got to be skeptical about is like microtransactions and that sort of stuff. And I guess my counter argument to that will be Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile is a free-to-play mobile game that's on literally every single mobile device, and it's doing very, very well, not only in player base but in terms of microtransactions as well. It's making Activision a lot of money, and I think that sort of monetization method that they're using for Call of Duty Mobile, and it's not pay to win, you literally pay for skins and shit like that. So if that sort of model is working there, there's no reason why it can't work in this free-to-play Call of Duty 2021 open world game, because it's not going to be only available to players who play mobile games. It's going to be available to players who play PC, PS4, it'll be PS5 by that time, PS5, Xbox Series X. Like, it's going to be available to a wider range of people, and it's free. That's the main thing we got to look at here. It's free. It's not like you have to pay for it. You don't have to pay $20 or whatever to buy it. It's free for everyone. Therefore, everybody who has a console or a PC can play this game, and there's no reason why anyone wouldn't want to play this game. It's a free Call of Duty open world game. Now those are the three main things that Activision and Sledgehammer should be pushing home here to get heaps of people playing this game. It's free, it's open world, and it's Call of Duty. Free and Call of Duty don't happen very often, so it's something that I think will work, and I hope that it comes. It's very early in development, and it's not even 2021 yet, so things can change, things can get cancelled, things can get delayed, you never know. But if this is to happen in 2021, I think it's going to be a hit. I think it's going to be a success. I just really hope that they nail it on the fucking head. I hope it works. Anyways, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below. What do you think about this prospect of a free-to-play open-world Call of Duty game coming to us in 2021 by Sledgehammer Games? What do you think about all that? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. As I said at the start of the video, if you haven't watched Nero's video on this whole shebang, he goes way more into detail on all of this than I did. I just said my thoughts in it all. So in the description down below, there's a link to his video. Please go ahead and watch it. Click subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss out on my next videos, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.